For today's video, let's talk about getting back to the basics of stacking silver.
Stacking Cat.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Stacking Kat channel, and thank you all for watching. If you're new to the channel and would like to see videos about silver with a little bit of gold, then hit that subscribe button and share this video. And if you like what you see, then please smash that like button. Alright, so let's get into the video, and the topic is getting back to the basics of stacking silver, such as 90% constitutional and the like. And I wanted to get into this topic for the sole reason of that I've gotten really into buying some collectible pieces recently, and it got me to thinking, am I putting my money into the right places? Recently I bought a Carson City Morgan dollar and also a gold classic head, 1834 half eagle, which are great pieces. I love that I own them, but it just makes me think, stacking silver as a way to maintain my long-term wealth is really the primary reason why I do this. It's why I do the channel. I love showing new pieces I got, but I want to get back to kind of the foundation of where I think I should be when it comes to stacking silver. And there really are two types of stackers out there, although they both fall under the same umbrella and there is a lot of overlap. You have your prepper stackers, those who are preparing for an event which may happen in the country or across the globe. You'll see a lot of these stackers getting these old Mercury dimes and the such, which could be used for bartering in an SHTF situation. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a cataclysmic event either. It could just be what we've seen in 2020. This is really opening a lot of people's minds and changing some opinions on where they should be preparing for any type of disaster. And we've seen since March of this year, we've had a global pandemic, which has led to a lot of economic anxiety. For the purposes of stacking precious metals, we've seen silver and gold mines temporarily suspended across the globe. We've had civil unrest in the streets. We've had a contentious presidential election here in the United States. So there's been a lot of issues going on, and I think a lot of people are kind of getting the word out, or at least acknowledging that stacking physical assets like precious metals might be one of the better ways to go. Just because you never know with a financial collapse, a lot of different things could happen when you're dealing with this current banking system of fiat currency. So, prepper stackers have my full support. I'm not necessarily a prepper stacker, although it is good to be owning this stuff because you just never know when it may come in handy. Now, I would categorize myself or classify myself more as a saver stacker, somebody who is using this primarily as a savings account and insurance against that fiat currency and its inflation that comes along with it. So, when it comes down to trying to maintain any type of wealth that I may have, I feel that this is a great long-term asset to be holding. 90% constitutional silver comes in great use in both scenarios as a prepper stacker and as a saver stacker, just because of its liquidity, its utility in that regard. But I'm also stacking a lot of government bullion. Since I'm here in the United States or in North America, I'm stacking primarily American Silver Eagles and Canadian Maple Leaves, junk silver, or I'm sorry, that's junk silver, generic silver. Generic rounds are also a great way to go to build up your weight. You have 10-ounce bars, 5-ounce bars, 1-ounce bars. So, a lot of options out there if you're going to be making the move towards precious metals. And so, when you're talking about stacking silver, it's all about building a foundation and creating a structure off of that foundation for something where you could maintain wealth in that regard. And so I wouldn't necessarily suggest you put all of your savings or an investment into precious metals, but it is good to have some of it there just as something different, just something to diversify your portfolio a little bit in that regard. And as a savings account, it works great for me for a couple of reasons. But I think the primary reason is, other than that it's something that I could hold on to for the long term, it is that I don't have the ability to just go to an ATM, take out 20, 40, 60, 80, $100 a shot, and next thing you know, that money is blown. Maybe you spend it on going out to eat, other different things that you don't necessarily have to do. Sorry about that. I had a little bit of a technical difficulty. The sound on my microphone shut off. The microphone actually died. So let's get back into what I was talking about with the fact of building a savings. I'd rather take the money that I have, the fiat that I have, and buy an American Silver Eagle or even a generic round here and make my purchase, put my money into that, knowing that I will always have that safe haven if I ever need it. If a big emergency does come up where I need some quick cash, or for whatever reason, I could do that without really the risk of spending my money on other things that I don't necessarily need. Also, the utility of this stuff is really important as well. I mean, the 90% silver, you could sell it anywhere that takes silver and gold, preferably a coin shop. I wouldn't necessarily recommend going to a We Buy Gold place. Those places usually will only give you maybe 60 cents on the dollar, maybe 50 cents on the dollar. A trustworthy pawn shop could be good as well. So there's always opportunities to go and sell this beautiful silver if you do need the money in a pinch. I just like the safe haven aspect of knowing that my money is secure in a place where, for thousands of years, gold and silver, precious metals have been the symbol of money. So I know that I'm probably never going to really run into an issue as long as I have this stuff around. It's going to be a positive thing financially. So I want to get, though, into more of the main point of the video now that I've given my perspective on stacking silver, and that is the difference between buying collectible silver coins or collectible gold coins versus like this junk silver. This is called junk because it is ungradable. You can see how it looks, a little bit of wear. You're not paying as much for it. Like I said, it's for that security factor. And with collectible coins, and I'm talking more about the slabbed coins, not necessarily the semi-numismatic bullion that you'll see, like the Dragon and Phoenix series from the Perth Mint or their Black Flag series where you're buying them to potentially flip. I think it is more of the slab numismatic, like an old Morgan dollar or an old gold Liberty head. And when you factor in that market, and if you ever have to sell because you do need the money, when it comes to a collectible and numismatic item like that, it's a very specific market. It's a narrower market, and you have to hope that you find somebody you could sell it to that's going to pay you the market value or even a little bit more. But you don't want to get caught in a situation where you're going to have to take less. I think you will not really find that when it comes to bullion grade silver or 90% constitutional silver. It is, as the silver market goes, so does the price of this stuff right here. And the collectible market is a far different animal. You need a lot of knowledge when it comes to buying collectible coins as well. Something that I don't think I possess as much as I need to kind of make that transition. So it's about where I want to put my money. And I just think it's better to put it here. It's just more economically sound. Now, I do love buying those collectible items like the Carson City Morgan dollar, kind of a bucket list type item, but it's something I'm going to hold for the long term. I'm going to hold this for the long term as well. However, with that collectible item, it is more of just a keepsake type deal. And if I ever had to sell this, I'd really have no qualms in doing it. And I think that is an important factor as well. There's not a lot of sentimentality when it comes to buying bullion grade or 90% silver in that regard. All right, so I hope that you guys enjoyed this discussion. I just wanted to get back, like I said, back to the basics, talk about, the foundational elements of stacking silver, whether it's the liquidity, the safe haven aspect of it, the savings point of view, whether you're a prepper stacker, and you're buying a lot of this stuff. It is very important, I think, to have a plan, to set goals. Therefore, you're not kind of just throwing caution to the wind and taking that route. Okay, then. So if you'd like to see similar videos about silver with a little bit of gold, then please subscribe and push that notification bell. Smash that like button and leave a comment. And until next time, this is the Stacking Cat.